What?
Wow.
You can live for 2 months without any food.
There is an incredible fasting stat. Have a look at, just Google while you're on it now, world's longest, like the longest fast. And it was a guy who was super overweight. I'm sure it was like a year. I'm sure he didn't eat for a year. Might have.
Did you say fast? Is it
fasting?
Just
like going fast, F-A-S-T.
Okay.
Not southern
Angus
fast.
Barbieri's fast.
Yeah.
Oh my! No, it didn't.
Yeah. What is it?
That is unbelievable. This is a fact that I thought was going to be like a woo-woo fact. Right, Angus Barbieri, who, I'll be honest, he doesn't look skinny, put it that way. He fasted for 382 days, over a year.
Yeah.
From June in 1965 to July in 1966, he lived on tea, coffee, soda water and vitamins while living at home in Tayport, Scotland.
And it was like a medical experiment almost, and it was all under doctor's supervision. But one thing I also remember about this is he lost the weight in quite a way of, he didn't get like baggy skin or anything. You know, when people do sudden weight drops and they get like man boobs or they get like an overhang,
so it slowly ate away. Yeah,
it just ate away at the fat, which is what happens when you go into ketosis, which is what the keto diet is based on.
Yes, ketosis.
So your body uses fat for fuel. So that's what he got into, heavy ketosis.
He lost 125 kilograms.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, that is an awful lot.
Okay.
That's unbelievable.
Wait.
And also, do you know what's so crazy also? He lives in a place where, I mean, there's Iron Brew and Tunnocks.
Yeah, true, man.
What do you reckon he had?
That's a tough go.
What was his first meal? I want to hear more about it.
Mate. That's an interesting one. What would his first meal be?
Angus Barbieri's first meal. I'm going to type that in because surely that's something that people have.
Well, I'm a total idiot, but here's what my brain can't compute at the moment: is that where does all that weight go? Because if your body's using it, I guess it's used as energy, isn't it? So it literally is being converted into a solid object, into a object of exercise, and just generally living. You feel, I can't explain it. It's almost, I felt it would be like a circular economy of like.
Yeah. No, it's tick over, dude. It's tick over. So he's just ticking over, running on fumes. I don't reckon he was like running tiles up a ladder or, you know,
I wonder what he
holding
did.
any meetings. I don't reckon he was good conversation for those 385 days. I bet he's a bit grouchy. He's like,
the longest fast I've done is 4 days, and it
Have
was
you?
and it's good. I love it. Like I really like the experience of it. You get so, what would you say? You get very clear-minded because your body is almost your senses turn on crazy amounts. So because you go into almost like a fight or flight mode, you're going to you're basically searching for food. Your body goes into that sort of quite like what would you call it? Paleo sort of like. It just wants food, so your senses get really heightened, so you can smell loads of things. You can see. I feel like you can see better. But the whole
do you not get like
your
dry
thought
mouth?
Process.
Oh no, because you're allowed to drink.
Yeah, I just go water, a black. I've always just done water, a black coffee, and sugar-free chewing gum throughout the day.
Sugar-free chewing gum. That's what gets you through.
That's what gets you through. Yeah, it's nice.
Chewing like a cokehead in a wine bar.
You feel good, man. You feel good after a fast. Honestly, you feel really good.
I tell you what, I fast quite often, but it's because I forget to have breakfast and then I forget to have lunch, and then I get to dinner, and dinner's great then.
Yeah,
so I can recommend as well. Okay, I have what Angus Barbieri's first meal was after. All right,
should we take a guess? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take a? Yeah, let's have you take a guess.
Yeah, I feel like the doctors are going to prescribe quite a mineral dense first meal. Quite, vitamin packed, mineral dense first meal. I think he's going to go. Shall I tell you the exact veggies? I think he's going to have a swede, some broccoli, some mashed potato for some carbs, and a source of protein. So I think he's going to go fillet steak, mashed potato, veggies.
Way off. After
really? 300,
yeah. After 382 days without eating. He had forgotten the taste of food, he said. He'd forgotten the taste of food. How crazy is that? So he ate a boiled egg with a slice of bread and butter for his first breakfast. And he told reporters, I thoroughly enjoyed my egg and I feel very full. Well, I mean, reporting back then, that's what it was.
Yeah,
he
that's what
enjoyed
it was.
He felt full.
It made the headlines, and that's it. Move on. What an effort! I wonder what happened to that guy. I wonder if when he died, because there's a lot of really fact-based evidence about fasting. I'm sure you're aware of it. It reduces risk of inflammation. Obviously, that's one of the main things, which reduces risk of cancer and all this sort of stuff. And it does make sense. The way I always think about it is that sometimes you just have to empty the tank, and it's like your phone battery. Sometimes you just have to take it all the way to zero so it uses all that energy up and then bring it back again. And it seems to make sense to me, and it feels good. And I think there's a lot of stored stuff in your body that you never get to use because you're always topping up a half full tank. Yeah. So if you use all that energy, all that glycogen, all that sort of stuff,
I'll be honest, I think a lot of things, there's that sort of like forest fire thing, isn't there? So like, I actually feel way better after, like we were talking before we went on podcast, like a sauna or really, really cold, extreme either way. It's like to the level, to a point of uncomfortableness. Extreme exercise, like sprints, so that's like a cardio version, or heavy weights. They make me feel like ill, but it's in a good way. It's like contrast. It's like deadlifts, for instance. Deadlifts make me feel ill. I just feel like rough, just beat down.
But good. But that feeling, that mind state that you go in, I guess they call it flow state. So you're in that flow state of all you're thinking about is that last sprint. Yeah. That last minute in the sauna. That's what a fast feels like to me. But I'll be honest, last day, you're just like so in the moment and in the groove.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I think it's something about about it being extreme, because honestly, I don't drink alcohol. But I'll get to the end of something super stressful, or something scary, or quite often when I do these Mexican street races, it's a lot of stress, a big build-up of stress, big culmination, scary stuff at the end. Like you don't want to be testing that stuff. It's not really that fun. And then a release when the event goes well. And I do feel like it's like a forest fire. I'll happily drink alcohol, and it's almost something like it sounds so hippie, but it's like a cleansing almost. You're just rampaging around, feel awful the next day, and then it's done. It's full stop.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the same. All of these like extremes are like a thing. There's something
I'm like that. I need that. I need that in life. Like I feel like if things have been too easy for a while, I need like that ridiculous challenge of like, right, I'm going to do this thing, and it's going to sort of almost reset everything, and after you've got a bit of clear mind and you can carry on again.
I want it to be I want to be really refined with it though. I want it to not have to be extreme. I don't want to have to get that pissed or like be that hot, be that cold, you know what I mean? I feel like that enlightened people, or people a bit further along the path, they're just happy with a sunset or a boiled egg, like Angus Barbieri.
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!